Hey everybody, it's Wave 3 News Meteorologist Ryan Hoke with a Hokey video blog update for this Saturday morning. Oh my gosh, it is cold outside. A lot of folks down into the 30s this morning. We're slowly warming things up, already in the upper 40s here in the city of Louisville. Let's talk about today's Hokey weather fact first before we get to the forecast. I want to show you the record for the most rain in one single minute ever recorded. This was in Unionville, Maryland, back in 1956. Yes, that old record still stands. Nearly 1¼ inches of rain in 60 seconds. Now, that much rain in 1 hour is a lot of rain. If we can imagine it in 60 seconds, that is absolutely nuts. And that actually wasn't recorded too far away from us. You would think that Florida or someplace a little more tropical here would have the record, but no, Unionville, Maryland, and that was over 60 years ago. All right, so we're talking about this morning, the lack of rainfall we have this morning. Thank goodness, a big change from yesterday. Temperatures already on their way up. Plenty of sunshine from our SkyTrack camera in Simpsonville. So we're not seeing very many 30s around the area. In fact, we've gotten rid of the 30s. That's because the full sunshine's really heating up the ground very quickly. Salem's the cool spot at 40 at the moment. The winds overnight were the saving grace from any big sort of frost potential. We're seeing a 13-mile-per-hour wind here in the city of Louisville. Those winds really didn't dip down much below, say, 7-8 miles an hour overnight. When you have the calm winds and the clear skies, that's when you have the best chance for frost. And since we still had a bit of a breeze, that really helped things out, even though some folks, especially over in Tell City, were in the mid-30s, which is certainly meeting the criteria for frost. I want to explain that real quick. You may have mid-30s around, say, 6 feet off the ground where we generally measure those temperatures, but it's really at ground level that you find the most efficient cooling because it's closer to the ground, and that's where you get some of those temperatures at or below freezing. So that's why you can have frost, even though the temperature may say it's in the mid-30s. So the clouds we had overnight, they departed just in time for sunrise, which is really when we got the most efficient cooling. That's why the temperature dropped so quickly between about 5 and 7 a.m., back in the 30s for many of us, not here in the city, thanks to the urban heat island. But you'll see plenty of snow showers now in northwest Pennsylvania, coming off Lake Erie. My goodness, check the calendar, folks. It is May, and we are seeing that snow up that way. No snow very close to here, thank goodness. That Canadian high pressure moving in. This is an anomalously cold front that moved through over the last 48 hours. We get these every few springs, and this is indeed what we're seeing now, a very chilly pattern for us for this weekend. The good news is that we're going to be warming up for the afternoon back into the 60s. You'll see that here on Futurecast. Near 60 by noontime. There come the mid-60s for us here in the city. It's trying to squeeze out a couple of rain showers. I don't think that's going to be the case. We may see one in the very eastern part of the Bluegrass region. I'm just not convinced. At this point, it looks like tonight we'll be getting down to the 40s pretty easily. There is a chance for some 30s. It depends on how fast this cloud cover moves in from our next system. I think folks in the south part of the viewing area will have the least chance of seeing 30s. And here in the metro, we'll probably get into the mid-40s. And like I said before in our newscast today, the RPM model that you see here likes to overdo the cooling a little bit in these setups. So I think a lot of us will be in the 40s with a few 30s here and there. We're dry for most of the day on Monday. The clouds increase, but yes, the rain showers move in late Monday night. That timing has been being pushed back for several days now. So it looks like Monday night, maybe after 10 or 11 p.m., is when we see that enter into the forecast. So for our Sunday, if you're heading to the flea-off market, will be warmer today. I saw pictures from there yesterday. People are bundled up. Wasn't that crazy? Mid-60s by about 4 or 5 o'clock, and we'll be down into the lower 60s after about 5 o'clock or so. Things will be closing up shop during that time. Plenty of sunshine. On our Monday, here comes the rain. The first wave moves in late Monday night. And we'll see periods of rain, probably one in the morning on Tuesday, a break during the afternoon, and another one moves in Tuesday night. And at this point, the highest rainfall total should be just south of Metro Louisville, and the rain should be out of here for all of Wednesday. I've taken out the rain chance completely for Wednesday and Thursday. There's those higher rain totals, maybe up to 1.5 inches south of us, and 1/2 inch everywhere else. This is kind of coming into line with what the GFS, the Euro, and the NAM are all saying now. Starting to get some sort of agreement. We've been having some wildly different rainfall total forecast there. But overall, the setup does feature that boundary stalling out near us, and those waves of rain move through. Looks like any thunder would be confined south of our viewing area. Doesn't even look like a thunderstorm event. The interesting part with this boundary moving through is the temperature difference. We may be in the upper 50s, lower 60s to our north, whereas folks to our south in, say, Litchfield and areas down toward Munfordville may be in the lower 70s. A big contrast in temperature based on where the rain is and where the cooler air is just behind this boundary. So be ready for that. Big contrast in temperatures. On our Wednesday, we're at 72, 76 by Thursday. Friday, a thunderstorm chance moves in. Looks like a front's going to be trying to move through here. Area of low pressure just to our north. All eyes are on Saturday for the Preakness Stakes. That's going to be up there at Baltimore, Maryland. 70 degrees expected then. Doesn't look like the rain's going to be arriving before the race, so the track should be fairly dry beforehand, but a rain chance enters into the forecast during the race time frame. We'll see if Nyquist can do it again. So we have some changes to the earliest alert outlook. You'll notice that the 80s haven't changed, so it does look like it's going to warm up. But what we have changed is the rain. Looks like several waves of rain may move through as a cutoff low pressure may try to form and meander through here, especially to our east. We'll keep track of that. I think regardless, we will stay fairly warm during this time. We're getting into the time of year where it's harder and harder to get these bigger cool downs as we head toward the June time frame there. So that's what you need to know as we head toward the late part of May. All right, folks, that's it for now. Meteorologist Ryan Hoke, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you back here for Wave 3 News at 11. There will be no Wave 3 News at 6 tonight.